Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give a moment to make sure everything's set on. It appears to be going. Twitter is going. You thumbnail today. Twitch appears to be going. Rumble is not going. Rumble should be going. Says it's streaming fine. I need to keep an eye on that. Let me double check my other computer. Let me see if I can't see the Rumble stream from that side. Yeah, it doesn't appear Rumble to be going. Yeah, looks like the Rumble stream key is working fine. There may be something a bit wrong with Rumble at the moment, but there's nothing I can do with that. My apologies for whoever may be seeing the stream on Rumble. It could be potentially bad, but at this point in time, there's nothing I can do. My apologies. Rumble could be potentially
Yep,
bad.
that's now it's going, and volume's
this
on because I've got to mute it.
One time, there's nothing.
Nope, shut up. I don't hear myself. I talk a lot, but I don't want to hear myself. Either way, let's go and get started. We, of course, have a handful of replays. I do have a user-submitted replay into me, but I will worry about that second. Let's go ahead and do a replay by everyone's not-so-favorite Death Machine. I know people don't really like replays from him since he just only posts, like, wins, but I don't mind casting replays. He does upload a constant supply of replays, so if I ever need to get a replay, there's at least one on a game's replay from him. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the US forces with Death Machine. Spawn on the south side as the Wehrmacht forces with 450550326. An excellent name. It is 9 digits long, so I have no idea what that could reference. 10 digits used for a phone number, 7 digits for a social security number.
Barracks complete, as ordered.
And if it's anything longer than 10 digits, it will include a country code when it comes to phone numbers. So yeah, either way. And I'm pretty sure Steam IDs are 16-digit numbers, right? Either way, do you have a squad or a rifleman plotting field? We got a pair of Wehrmacht pioneers moving around. Was his eyeing for the safe sectors and for the strategic point there. He may be eyeing for the fuel point afterwards. First rifle squad soon be on the field. Is there a Wehrmacht quarters? Yes, there is a Wehrmacht quarters. Just can't see on the mini-map. Or at least the tactical map, not the mini-map. Mini is mini. Tactical map is tactically large. Right? That's how that works, right? Rifleman squad now pulling a field. He's eyeing to... Nope, first he was thinking this way. Now he's thinking along the left side. MG42 pull down the field. He may be eyeing to be... Okay, that's where his pioneer's going. He's trying to get this cut off or wire off this region. MG42, if he's trying to try to lock down the cutoff, you go to eye for this spot there. He is setting it right there. Personally, I would probably eye for this one here so you can put a bit more angled and a bit more angled this way. That's usually what I do in Company Heroes 2, at least. Granted, Company Heroes 1 is different than Company Heroes 2. Rifleman does get suppressed there. One of the Rifleman squads did not run away, so now the entire squad is pinned. Now you got the motorcycle advancing forward as well with his mounted MG42. Uncle Sam does, of course, need a lot of fuel. Another engineer squad is receiving a bit of chip damage there. Pioneers capture this strategic point. On the right side of the map, the Wehrmacht player has not touched it any sort, so he will forfeit it to the US player. Engineers advancing forward, trying to lay down a bit of wire. I'm not exactly sure why he started right there. Either way, he does lay down a tiny bit of wire. The MG42 sets up in a position right here. Now, if I was really greedy as a Wehrmacht player, I'll probably set up right there. But he sets it up right here so because he knows this map much better than I do, and there's a big opening there. And of course, the US player is not the airborne, so they can't just cut that fence and get on moving. I probably butchered that quote from Band of Brothers, but either way, he's going to capture this fuel point. Be capturing up this cutoff point now. Very good. Cutoff point will not be in supply because a little bit of terrain here will separate this sector from this sector.
Army Corps here.
Munitions sector has been captured on up, and the Pioneers have captured the fuel point now. Or he's trying to decapture it. The engineer squad is slightly wounded. Of course, the Pioneers can only defend themselves with one model. And it's the model that's trying to capture the sector was receiving damage first. Rifleman squad does get suppressed there by the MG42 once again. Volkswagen is trying to lay down a bit of wire. Motorcycle push right forward, trying to hit this engineer, getting good damage onto it, and now we've got the observation post completed on this fuel point. With this right there, the US player is probably eyeing for some sort of blade involving light vehicles, probably for Greyhounds. Could be meant for armor. Greyhounds are pretty cheap on fuel. We do have a weapon support center. So maybe eyeing for some large number of upgrades. We got another MG42 deployed out of here. Rifleman squad getting knocked around by the motorcycle. Motorcycle's almost down. All he needs to do is just survive long enough for the MG42 to engage. Does get suppressed down there. Both Grenadiers engaged by in the light cover there, and now, yeah, that driver squad needs to fall back. Though he may force back the Pioneer first, trying to keep that model around to get better repairs. He may be down a model, but the motorcycle doesn't take too long to get repaired on that. So there's also an engineer here. And both these Pioneers down to one model there. Motorcycle knocking around the engineers. The engineers need to focus down. They're very wounded. Pioneers are also quite wounded. Rifleman squad does flank the MG42. This Rifleman squad does get wiped out by the MG42. Rifleman squad will get some good damage from the MG42, but he's getting annihilated by the Volksgrenadiers. He does fall back. He should not be wiped, though he is pretty close. Is that 4 or no 3 engineers on the field? I got the mix of the 2 Pioneers. And this MG42 is wounded. Is even wounded. Possible can be wiped out from the front now. The Wehrmacht player may want to eye for some support weapon veterans to the current rate. He's eyeing for a bunker here. Interesting placement. We do have a tiny bit of wire there. Engineers do see a bit of fire here. Either a Greyhound or a Sherman tank, maybe a quad half-track, all will be useful this moment in time to help break through the MG42s. No supply yard just yet. Maybe eyeing for fast supply yard upgrades, the possibility. Maybe it's more one of manpower play. We have one engineer back here now. He has plenty of fuel for any asset. He does cancel the bunker here.
What do you need?
It does lay a bit of tank traps there. Very nice.
We finished construction.
Nice little landmine there as well. Rifleman squad advancing along the flanks. Fuel control is 50-50 very soon once that Pioneer captures that munition point.
And that's the ball game. Construction finished.
Sorry about that. I'm going to get a drink for my drink. It looks like the engineers are advancing towards the center of the map there. Motorcycle is fully repaired. Engineers, of course, can cut the wire. So do we have an MG42 here to protect this flank, either from the road or from the road, or could be from the road. That's, however, where the sniper is. And it looks like he will wire off this entire region. This will prevent riflemen from advancing, but not necessarily the engineers. Supply yard has been complete, and we are seeing the tank depot. He may be eyeing for a Sherman tank. He does need a bit more fuel. The tank depot will take a bit of time, of course, to build out. But by the time the tank depot is complete, he may be close to get out a Sherman tank. Of course, it does take, if I remember correctly as well, Sherman Crocodiles are, let's see, Sherman tanks are like 90 fuel. Sherman Crocodiles are like 110, 120. And of course, you got the M10, which is
That's it,
50,
construction finished. Shut your
if
guns
I
up.
remember correctly. So,
Listen up, squad.
you will soon have enough for M10, but personally, I would probably save it for a Sherman tank because it'd be a bit more generalist. And if you ever fights a vehicle such as a Stug, the Sherman tank can at least brawl with a Stug. M10, of course, would be a bit more of an effective counter and cheaper. But a Sherman tank is able to brawl and take a bit more hits. I prefer units who can take hits rather than deal damage myself. Because if you're able to pull back your units to get repaired up,
Ball game.
makes them
Construction
very
finished.
cost effective, to say the least. Sniper deployed on the field. Got double layer of wire here. It's Constantine, not Cat 6 though.
Ready to roll.
Sorry, that was a really bad joke. I'm a network engineer, so I've been laying down running a large number of Cat 6A wire through ceilings and walls
Our work
recently.
is done here.
It was a stupid joke that which nobody will get here unless I explain it. And that ruins the point of a joke. A little bit idle at the moment. We got another observation post here on the munitions sector. Very nice. All the U.S. doctrines love munitions. After all, the U.S. is known for the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment takes a large amount of brass chew for their
To all
weapons.
units, light vehicles
Gotta
may
feed them
now
somehow.
advance and capture territory.
Good minesweeper there. Finds a landmine. We'll find another landmine very soon.
Engineers taking hits.
Oh, he knows about it now. Pioneers do get inside the garrison. Of course, he has only one submachine gun active. The minesweeper is not very good at shooting at your opponent.
Get off safe. Taking hits.
Flamethrower has been put on a field. We've got a rifling squad here. I don't think I've heard the sticky bomb research. 234s are slightly vulnerable to small arms. So you can see here it does get a bit of ship damage there, but of course it's not exactly a good, reliable source of damage against these medium vehicles. Though granted they can't get crushed either, so it's okay to run around buildings with them. Pioneers now really digging in along the right side of the map, which will make the area a bit more secure for the Wehrmacht player. Now I do have a Sherman tank deployed in the field. If opponent deploys out a large amount of tank traps, he could go for a Sherman Crocodile and get out the Dozer Blade, which also be useful to go through the hedge line.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
Sherman tank now deployed on the field. He has
Secured sector under
known
attack.
he's built a lot of landmines here, so it's probably a good idea for not to get out the crab. Howdy. Welcome to the stream, which is currently hosted in North America.
Hitting one of our forward emplacements. trying to take
Landmine
our
has been
territory.
swept there, so 234 does not detonate it. Though the Sherman tank may detonate the landmine. He got a miss there. If he would have got a hit there, the Pioneer could have detonated his own landmine, doing some serious damage to everything in the area. It does blow up the landmine. No, he should have held fire there. He should have held fire, wait for the Sherman tank to advance, and then detonate it to blow up the engine of the Sherman tank. Big misplay there by the Wehrmacht player, in my opinion.
We have a secured sector under attack.
Observation post took a couple hits there. Good hit there on the motorcycle. It'll take a couple, bit more than a paint job to hide the 75mm hole in that
Forward
motorcycle.
emplacements, trying to take our territory.
Rifleman squad do force back the sniper there. Sherman tank can't break
Hitting
through
one
the
of our
walls
forward
like the Kool-Aid Man
emplacements, trying to
just
take our
yet.
territory.
Have to have the Dozer Blade upgrade for that. What if any of these stupid references there ever get people realize it?
Crowds are pounding on a forward emplacement.
Motorcycle still not being repaired at the moment. Sherman taking advancing forward. Both grenadiers have fallen back, so can't get a Panzerfaust off. Does get a good hit there on the 2, 3, 4.
Ready for the crowds. Keep it moving. Looks like we fight today.
We now do have, oh, a 50mm Sherm 234, a full upgun Puma.
Construction detail.
See.
Is done here.
Let's see what doctrine his opponent's gone for. If he has gotten a doctrine. That doesn't appear to be.
Ready for orders.
Not going for the 50mm upgrade on this one. He had a bit of fuel or munitions to work with. Both players have half the map. Okay, hits there under the Pioneer. Another Pack 38 now deployed on the field. Using Pack 38 to put some holes in his walls could be handy. Also could be detrimental. Right now, the Wehrmacht players locked down half the map, which is also more in favor of the US player since he does both 2 VPs on the side.
MG crew on me.
Got quite a bit of population spent over on the right side of the map, MG42s.
MG ready.
No veterans just yet either. You may want to have a comp craft center. Now we've got a full Stug being employed on out. You got a pair of Sherman tanks on the field. When Shermans get into large numbers, they can decimate everything. They can more easily overwhelm Stugs, get to the rear armor,
Puma, ready
as
to
well as
blow.
overwhelming these Pack 38s. Stug's not complete. Oh, Pack 38 finds opportunity there on the Sherman tank through the archway. Very good. He does have 2 engineers in this region, both of them wounded. But he should be able to get the Sherman tank repaired up.
Gets his bike
Motorcycle in the region. He sees all of this, so he's still able to see the Sherman tank and the engineers. While the US player right now sees all of this, does see the Stug there. Stug and Sherman tank. Sherman tank rolls a bounce. Stug rolls a bounce. Another bounce there. Rolls a whiff there. And now we do have the Stug being repaired by the Pioneers. Now Stug does go and break through the not hedge line, stone walls there. Couple bounces there. Rifle squad hopefully has sticky bomb. Now's a good time to rush forward for a sticky bomb on safe, but I don't think I've heard the research for it just yet. Does get pinned on the Stug. The Sherman tank received a pen there from the Pack 38. Grenadiers advancing on forward. Not sure he's going for the Panzerstrike upgrade. Yes, one Panzerstrike has been being employed on the field. Has been employed on the field. Does get directly on the Sherman tank. The Sherman tank needs to back up over in this direction here. Receive some good hits there, but the Sherman tank's getting some good damage in return. He does get around the corner, but it's a little bit dangerous. He's having poor control of some units there. Rifle squad getting ripped apart here. And the Sherman tank does fall back in time. So 2 wounded engineers for repairs. No veterancy yet for the Wehrmacht player. And it doesn't appear that neither player has selected doctrine. Grenadiers gets at the garrison, which the Sherman tank can engage in return. Time for this VP now. Flamethrower engineers trying to torch the Stug. You have another Sherman tank here. 234 advance forward, gets good damage there onto the Flamer engineers. Grenadier squad does fall back for 1 model. Aid station has been researched way over here.
Unit down.
There goes that Pioneer. And so I taking pot shots against this various stuff there. Very good. Stug and 50mm Puma advance forward. There is a US landmine there, which the Stug will find. That would neuter the Stug, which is very important, seeing it is a casemate. No turret. Now the Sherman tanks can advance along the flank. This Sherman's healed up enough. Both Sherman tanks have plenty of health. Now it's time to advance. You got it. It is a damage and crit, not a shortage and crit there. Just getting tied up in the terrain itself. Sherman tank advancing forward. Does get a good hit there on the Grenadier. The Sherman tanks advancing forward. See good damage. The Sherman tanks. They have plenty of health to work with. Allied War Machine now activated. That Sherman tank does get destroyed, but does get replaced. Pack 38 not being overwhelmed. I would say go aggressive towards the Stug. The engineer squad does fall back. The sniper does get crushed by the Sherman tank. Rolls a bounce there. Other Sherman tanks advance on forward. Allied machines will be turned off soon. 3 seconds remaining. Not going to get the other unit replaced. Grenadier squad does fall back. Sherman tank will see her armor hit there. And damage and crit there onto the motorcycle. Armored operations been selected, so it's both his initial doctrine ability. Sherman tank advancing forward, a fully healed Sherman tank. The Sherman tank took a bit of a beating there. Pack 30 recaptured by the rifle squad, very good. Stoke sees some rearmors there. 50mm Puma does go down. The other 200mm autocannon does not go down there. Sherman tank will see the hit there from the Panzerschreck. Grenadier squad may go down. Rifle or Pack 30, captured Pack 30 will go down as well. Stoke will see the hit there. Another Sherman tank advancing forward. He's up to just 4 Sherman tanks on the field. He's lost everything else. Not sure what happened. The engineers are back here. The Sherman tank needs to advance on forward. It's not having angle there in the Stug. That Sherman tank's getting a bit of hits. In my opinion, it's better to go for field repair than Allied War Machine for Sherman tanks because they're a little bit harder to die compared to M10s.
Sector under attack.
The Axis
There goes the Stug there. Likely going to see another 2, 3, 4 being pulled out of field. His Sherman tanks are wounded. He may want to get out some more engineers. There goes that 2, 3, 4. Starting to salvage some of these carcasses. He has gone for defensive. Black 88s wouldn't be half bad if he can play them out of the field. He somehow captured this sector. The US player has Shermans now rolling on in to his base. Grenadier of Panzerschreck does go down. Fresh Pack 38 deployed to field. He may have saw it before camouflage in time. It is revealed at the moment. And if you have field repair active, so he does get that ability activated. There's a lot of wounded Sherman tanks in the field, and he's going to get massive value from that. Yep, they're almost all fully healed. This will allow him to be able to maintain the pressure. Got Comcroft sending that going on field. Pack 30 going AD crew relatively soon. Does send a bounce on the Sherman tank. And there's Pack 38 now being crew. Sherman tanks had took a little bit of beating there, but they have plenty of health to win the game with. Another Grenadier squad on the field. You may want to focus that little squad down. He's focusing on the Storm Armor. He's maybe got a better idea to go with the Kriegs barracks since it has Pack 38s. Though both are equally good targets, honestly. Another field repair has been activated. He has plenty of manpower. Going for a handful of engineers just simply for captain pressure would be half bad still. He also has the weapons war center, so maybe a 30 cal, a single 30 cal would be useful. Pack 38 being focused down, very good. Pack 38 has been fully destroyed there. We've got a Panzerschreck Grenadier here. Let's get it there on one of the Sherman tanks. Sherman tanks have plenty of health to tangle with, plus actually a good number of them vet has are now getting vetted up. Bunker and capture recover bunker does go down.
300 points left.
He's some Socratic Hicks there, which field repair can of course top them off. A 5th Sherman tank now pulled on the field. He does get a pair of engineers. Very good. The Sherman tank gets some great hits on the Grenadiers. It's down to 1 model. And the Grenadier does go down as well. He is going for Flak 88 in a position I don't think the US player sees. Nope, it's out of vision range, so it's a decent placement there. Though maybe too late because he's losing everything else on in his base. Flak 88 has been completed. It'll take a moment before it's going to rotate. Gets direct hit there. The US player is reacting. You may just want to use field repair. Looks like a whiff the shot there. Now it's going to be overrunning the Flak 88. He's just one set dead at the moment. And it's right now rotating his gun. He forced him He's manually retargeting. Good. Not the manual actual firing, but just forcing to find something in front of it. Quickly takes it out there. Sherman Tanks did a good job there. And now should be able to finish off the rest of his opponent's base. Field repair has been activated, which will top off the health of his 6 Sherman Tanks. And the Axe Explorer does back of the game now. And does go ahead and not eliminate him in time. This Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Oops. And now on to the replay that was submitted to me. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Wehrmacht forces, we have Hartech, US. Spawn on the south side as the US forces, we have SS D7. This replay was submitted into me. I believe it was submitted to me by Hartech. And let's see how well he does. He's going for a triple Pioneer opener, Wehrmacht quarters being employed down south. This map has a large amount of field control, while the distance between the two bases is pretty close. There's a large number of sectors to capture along the flanks, so going a heavy amount of engineers does make sense to capture up a good amount of the map. We do have 2 engineer opener for the US player, and make that a triple engineer opener. No barracks just yet. No additional engineers being employed in the field, so it's probably going to employ the barracks right around this wall now. Or just right there. We do have 1 squad of Pioneers advancing aggressively forward. And looks like he sees the blinking sector, decides to fall back. And now he's eyeing for this mission sector now. Engineers are currently eyeing... I think they're going to be eyeing for the fuel sector. So honestly, I'm not sure what he's currently doing. It looks like the squad itself is sort of dancing around. Munition sector being catched up over here. Got the strategic point, munition sector, and it's probably going next for the fuel point. And now got the engineers and pioneers engaging out. Of course, they're time-old enemies, as old as their engagement between the two. Pioneer squad does get forced back. After all, the Americans don't fight fair. There's 3 of them. Just only them 2. Sometimes we click on the mini map, tends to make the camera screen off the side. Munition sector now being captured up. Fuel sector also being seized. And we have the first squad of Volksgrenadiers spawn field. Rifleman squad on the field as well. Engineers and pioneers, and once again engaging. Pioneers are to get behind some heavy cover there, but now they're working point blank. 1 engineer models do dance around, 2 of them do dance around, allowing the pioneers get some extra damage on in. They're currently splitting the fire. Looks like the engineers are also splitting their fire as well. Looks like the pioneers will pull out. And ooh, and get a full wipe there. Pioneers, however, need a bit of a blood transfusion right now. Maybe some another form of divine intervention, because right now they're very holy. Volksgrenadiers now moving forward. Engage the engineers. They should be able to force back the engineers, no problem. You know, I got the rifleman squad advancing forward. Volksgrenadiers, if they stick to some of this light cover, I think I saw a bit of a blip of heavy cover there. Best not go inside the garrison. There's no windows on this side. Decide to fall back to some light cover there. Rifle squad advancing forward. On this side, there's only going to be, looks like 2 windows there, so it may not be a good, not a good garrison fight for either side either. Riflemen and Volksgrenadiers engaging out. Both of them are quite wounded. Does inside the garrison now. And does make use of now 2 buildings. Not 2 buildings, 2 windows. And nice little dancing there. Motorcycle now moving around. We got the pioneers capturing some sectors as well. Volksgrenadiers, only 2 of the models are currently firing. That could be fixed. The rifleman squad only has 1 model firing as well, so Both sides are not engaging great, and the rifleman model did a tactical roll into the line of sight of the third model. Motorcycle, however, does a tactical roll up onto the field and starts shooting.
MG, here!
Infantry 42 set up in a defensive position there, trying to catch any infantry that crosses the road. A
Yes,
squad of
camarade.
Volksgrenadiers pulled on field. Got 2 Volks, 3 Pioneers, 1 MG42, and 1 motorcycle. This player does have 2 rifle squads on offensive forward as well. There's some good light cover here. Best get them out of the water. Water does provide negative cover. Volksgrenadiers receive motorcycle received quite a bit of damage there. Volksgrenadiers were pretty wounded, so falling back. In fact, there's still a good possibility that Volksgrenadier squad's going to get wiped out. While I do agree getting the retreat key was a good idea for the Volksgrenadiers, it may have been a little bit better to try to soft retreat away for them and then retreating back, because they took a lot of fire there, and he sort of got lucky, didn't get wiped out.
Pump system in order.
Motorcycle received a bit of fire there, and needs some repairs. The US player did a good job at scratching his paint job.
Was wünschen Sie? What do you
Pioneers
want?
laying down some more wire, very nice. And we do have a Volksgrenadier squad just a little bit idle right there, advancing forward now. This rifle squad is slightly wounded.
Cowards attack our forward base.
US player is eyeing for some landmines there. Barbed wire complete. Rifle squad advancing. And it looks like the rifleman squad does not want to go through the sea wire there. After all, it would be very painful. More landmines being deployed out over here. Munition sector being captured on up. Fuel and munition sector up here as well. Overall, just great fuel control by the US player, maintaining a majority of the map. The Wehrmacht player has minimum income. 27 is not bad still, probably because these sectors are still capturing up and still in supplies, since this is not a cutoff point. He needs to get multiple sectors cut off, such as like there. Fuel point has been decaptured. The Wehrmacht players also now have a lot less income. Volkswagen is getting annihilated by the 2 rifle squads and does fall back there.
Pump system in order.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Back the Yankees.
Rifle squad advance on forward. We'll find the MG42 does get suppressed down there. Skirmish phase has been completed. Rifle squad is pinned. Munition sector up here has been captured, and now we do have this pioneer. Oh, that's that wounded pioneer who needs a medic.
Territory.
Jawohl. Order, sir.
Volksgrenadiers advance on forward, able to get some great damage on those engineers. Now the engineers do go down. 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers advancing forward. The rifle squads are quite wounded. They're both down 5 models each. The Volksgrenadiers should be able to handle it. And there's also a 3rd Volksgrenadier squad as well as the motorcycle. Gets some great damage there. Falls back. He could try pursuing them. The rifleman squads, I would say pursue them for a bit more. Just run them down. Does get some good damage onto it. No wipes though. But as I moused over, there's a pair of landmines here, so maybe good idea he didn't run them down. You now have For the Fatherland now available, so he's gone for defensive doctrine. Pioneers capturing up the fuel point. I know the US players deployed out a large number of landmines, but we haven't seen any yet, have we? Oh, he found one now. Volksgrenadiers do lose 3 models there.
Find any nice dirt
With the
down
3
there?
Volksgrenadiers, maybe a good idea to go for some veteran sea roads soon.
What now?
Or at least reinforcements. Does fall back in
Pioneers
time.
here.
The Wounded Pioneer Squad does manage to wire off this entire region. Very, very good. So now the US player needs to push forward some engineers, which there is a engineer.
Assemble on me. Ready.
Rush Grenadier now employed on the field.
Was wünschen Sie? What do you want? Ah, we're under fire! My God! Ah, enemy range!
Pioneers receive a bit of damage there. Volks Grenadiers fighting behind some light cover.
You need any
And occasionally, yep, I saw a model there fire a shot on retreat. Occasionally they do that. I was wondering if the Pioneers are going to get wiped out. Does not. Howdy.
Unit dispatched. Took no
Rifleman
fire.
Squad does get wiped out there.
Attention. The enemy
Pioneers.
advances.
And the Pioneers move, pushing up north to capture the fuel point. Munition sector is being captured on up as well. And overall, the US players maintain great field control, has both of these munition and fuel points along the flank. This one's not being secured by the Wehrmacht player, but right now the US player nearly has triple the amount of resources, it seems like. The Wehrmacht player is at 32 and really bad 5. This should put him up to what, another plus 10, so probably 15. While the US player right now has 54-38, has a supply yard in the field, has a motor pool, does have a Greyhound as well, does see a bit of damage from Pantrek. Armor skirts and 50 cal now upgraded. Rifle squad's advancing on forward. Does throw a Pantrek shot on his own wire there. And now a stick grenade has been thrown. Rifle squad did not avoid it, took a nice grenade hit, and both rifle squads are now falling back.
What?
BP now being captured up by the Flamer engineers. Greyhound. Oh, there's that wounded pioneer. His buddy has finally died, while he has escaped. They've been through so much with each other.
Enemy unit is down!
Oh, and the
Engineer
Flamer
squad
engineers do
under fire.
not take out the pioneer either.
Objective secured.
Volks Grenadiers capturing the right flank. MG42, defensive positioning. Maybe a good idea to send up a pioneer to capture this munitions sector. He has spotted some landmines. There's a
Losing
lot
the
of
fuel sector.
landmines here. The US player's been spending all that extra munitions income onto landmines. This one was likely spotted. Easily spotted there. But does he realize he was playing a landmine there? That's another question.
Jawohl.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Another squad of Grenadiers deployed in the field. He's got 2 Grenadiers, 3 Volks Grenadiers. He does need veterancy. There's a Kampfkraft
We
Center.
are losing ground.
I would say 1 level of infantry veterancy and support infantry veterancy is in order. And since he has gone for defensive, going for light vehicle veterancy also supports out Flak 88s if he so chooses to go for that. This map, a Flak 88 somewhere along this ridge line could be useful to help protect this VP location. I can't mouse over this bridge for a health bar, so that bridge may be indestructible.
Comcraft Center completed.
Hold.
Grenadiers
And now the Kampfkraft Center now is deployed. Now got rifle squads upgraded for bars. Volks Grenadiers advance on forward. Kampfkraft Center doesn't have any veterancy on the building features yet. This Grenadier squad maybe I have to throw a stick grenade. This guy's a very congested. Stick grenade has been thrown. He does avoid it. But I took a lot of extra bullets there with that soft retreat away. Got 2 landmines over here as well. Greyhound firing some pot shots against the Grenadiers. And as you got the MG42 set up over here, it's pressing all the rifle squads, forcing them back. Greyhound's advancing forward. If he goes too far forward, a stray Panzer shot could destroy some landmines.
What are your orders? Mine detection team, ready.
You guys find 1 landmine there. Pack 30 does connect. The landmine does connect as well. Good number of these forces are very wounded. Good hits there on the Greyhound. Does escape out of there, going for a 30 cal placement here. Very nice. Sounds like another landmine is detonated there. There's a very marked landmine here, and does get see infantry. Factor 8 will be sieging down the 30 cal emplacement. So we'll take a bit of time. And that Volksgrenadier squad could potentially get wiped out. Does fall back. Rifle squad advances forward. And finds another landmine there, losing the Volksgrenadiers. Back 38. Could get decrewed here. He is supported by the Infantry 4 too, but the rifle squads are here in force. Does get decrewed. Rifle squads are currently suppressed. One gets special C, the other one gets pinned. I'd rather be the squad that gets the efficiency than getting pinned. Trying to soft retreat away now. Decides to pick up the Pack 38, a bit risky, does retreat back to Volksgrenadiers, takes a good retreat path. And some of these rifle squads still getting pinned by the MG42. Assault phase is complete. A 2-3-4 wouldn't be half bad. His opponent
As the eye of the Reich Eagle surveys the battlefield.
does not have a tank depot. The engineers, they may be deploying a tank depot relatively soon. Does have level 1 supply yard. Maybe the engineers are eyeing for a observation post. Those Grenadiers are behind some light cover there. Rifle squad, however, has more models, higher health, and all that sort. The riflemen do have grenades available. Throws a grenade and force back the Volksgrenadiers.
We're losing territory.
Pioneer squad reports.
Bunkers now
Replacements have
complete.
arrived.
Crash recovery station being employed on the field. Very nice.
Get ready to return fire!
Entries making their advance. We may see a stick grenade here, I'm guessing. Or we got a pineapple grenade. Great hit on the Grenadier squad. Does fall back. Get a good grenade in return. A station's not complete. And it looks like both squads will retreat back in time. For now, the Wehrmacht player has less VPs than opponent. We do got another
Base is
line
under enemy
of
fire.
Dragon Piece tank traps over here. As well as a pair of riflemen squads advance forward. 2 medics charging forward. There's 3 casualties there. So he can only choose 2. Will the player gun down the medics? He may gun down the
Squad
medics.
is down.
And looks like when the casualties do expire, the other one does get picked up there. And there is a Greyhound in the space here. Still being floated on the field. Does take out a construct Grenadier.
We have
The
300
Grenadier's
points left.
still alive. He's down to 1 squad of Volks.
Attack.
Looks like the Greyhound's going to be falling back now. Big losses there by the Wehrmacht player. And and goes out of control to that landmine. I was wondering what landmine did he not hit that landmine, but he probably went over this path here. Though that Greyhound did some good work there, taking out Pioneer, taking out Volksgrenadiers. Maybe took out a Grenadiers. Yeah, he took out Grenadier as well.
Stock deployed. You must not keep the enemy waiting.
Got Nebelwerfer being put on the field. This is a good map for Nebelwerfer. Blowing it along this red line here gives you nice close range barrages. Right around here or here would be useful. Rifleman squads have kept the VP in the fuel sector now. Over here, you got this rifle squad advance on forward. Machine gun emplacement does get repaired. The Stroke, however, should be able to displace it, given enough time. 17cm Nebelwerfer rocket batteries now available. Over here, we have these rifleman squads advancing on the flank.
Virtu, listen up. Mind the
Nebelwerfer
detection.
barrage. Most of these going to fire against the machine gun emplacement. There's some landmines being pulled over here.
The enemy is seizing our
I don't think the
territory.
Nebel Warfare place should have been fired in that machine gun bunker. He should be focused on infantry rather than that building with that Nebel Warfare. This sure can take time to clear it out. It's not an immediate threat. And he knows the Greyhound's dead. Good MG42 burst there, suppressing out these riflemen. Over here, this rifle squad is trying to hit these pioneers. Pioneers have fallen back. They're trying to replace this wire. They will not be successful. These forces do all fall back now. It looks like one of the pioneers have got wiped out. Both pioneers have been wiped out. One medic
have
goes
200
down
points.
as well. Looks like both medics may be down at the moment.
Americans
Has
are
3
seizing
command
territory
points
from
at the
us.
moment. US player right now has selected armor, has a motor pool on the field, and getting a Sherman tank.
We're ready to move
More
in,
Stokes
just
will
give
probably
the
be in
order.
order.
The enemy is after our victory point.
Wehrmacht player is out of Pioneers. He's going for another, was it Grenadier? Volksgrenadier.
Ready.
The Grenadier may pick up the other Panzerschreck. So we've got double equipped Panzerschreck Grenadier here. Rifleman squads making their advance. Grenadier squad is seeing quite a bit of fire there. Does suppress some of the rifle squads. Does fall back now. He does lose Grenadier squad. That's a big loss. It's a double Panzerschreck squad. 2, 3, 4 now point of field, which will provide some good fire support against the infantry. Now here do you have the Sherman taking the advance forward. Pack 38, however, set in good region. Looks like there may have been a landmine detonation there. Rifleman squad still suppressed there by the MG42. Volksgrenadiers are drawing the fire at the moment. This rifle squad does fall back away from 2, 3, 4. Could potentially get wiped out. It's a large amount of fire on the
They're
street
losing
path.
territory.
The Volksgrenadiers are quite wounded themselves. 2 models remaining. MG42 could annihilate it. And he does not get the wipe there on that Vet 2 rifleman. That Warfare Barrage raining on in.
Attack our forward base.
Stug or Sherman tank falling him back. Stug has advanced along the 234. Stug has full health at the moment.
Volksgrenadiers ready for duty.
And still, the Veroc player has been maintaining relatively poor control of the map. He definitely could use a Minesweeper Pioneer to start pushing the flanks with it.
Motorcycle crew here. You finished building.
Wiring that off will make it so the engineers have to advance on forward in that region. Got M180 on the low ground, very good.
Located enemy minefield.
He is advancing along the flank of a Minesweeper Engineer Pioneer. Very, very nice. Rifleman squads advancing forward, both in Veteran C2. Volksgrenadiers can't stay in the region for too long. However, the MG42 is flying away. No Veterans in the on support weapons just yet. However, at least go for one. He does have the Grenade Warfare on the field as well. The Grenade Warfare, say, right around here could be very useful. Be relatively close to range, get some accurate shots. Got this rifle squad also advancing forward. All he has is sticky bombs available. MG42 does get wiped out there. The follow-in is active, and this sector is kept with a Wehrmacht player. Sticky bomb does connect. Stug is almost down. Destroyed engine crit there. M180 guns, of course, been firing away. That Warfare does force back the rifleman squads. And there goes Stug.
Panzer is down.
Still a good number of US landmines this region. The Pioneers have captured the VP, so now it's triple capture in favor of the Wehrmacht player. He doesn't have a whole lot of VP as compared to his opponent.
How can I listen for mines with all this
Need any
fire?
construction?
They will get the decapture point, that fuel point. US player going for Sherman tanks will probably be consuming that fuel. He has plenty of manpower and fuel at the moment. He can't get out Calliope. He has enough manpower for it. I'm not sure what he's waiting for.
The Axis hold the initiative.
There's the warfare there. M42 has been recruited. I'm not sure what the Granada warfare may be at. There it is.
Won't win this war by standing around.
German tank does not want to advance forward. He's worried about any landmines.
Company has
Got another Stug on the field.
capture complete. The point is army now. Army now holds
And now do got another line of sandbags being put on the field for the MG42. He does use the healing ability there on this MG42 as well.
squad reinforced. Taking fire. That should get you back in the war.
But the Sturm Armory is trying to pull out something right there. Probably another Stug. Yes, it is another Stug. No veterancy on his Stugs, nor his light
Reporting.
vehicles. Finds a landmine
Mine
right
detectors are
there
ready.
and here.
The guns are primed, loaded, and ready for
Now Sherman takes moving along the flank. And we do have the carcass being salvaged as well. Granada warfare firing shots somewhere. Not sure where it's firing. Not sure where the Nebel warfare is firing either.
meeting heavy resistance.
There's barrage in this area. The motorcycle fighting some great spotting there. And now I got the Calliope barrage running on in as well. Granada warfare may get decrewed. As my why is the minimap screen off like that? Does use the fatherland there. Does not get wiped out. 2 casualties been claimed by the bunker. And looks like the Granada warfare getting some good hits there on the M180 gun. Does get a decrewed as well.
Captured munition location.
Sherman tank trying to break through some of that wire for his rifleman squad, so he can now advance forward with the rifleman squad. Oh, we got a Sherman Crocodile bulldozer. And the Granada warfare gains so good hits there on the M180 gun. Gets decrewed as well. Very good. Now I do have the very rare Sherman bulldozer Crocodile. So he's having trouble with the terrain. He'll be breaking through now. Now Sherman tank can advance through that region. The Sherman tank may want to get over there, or send the Sherman Crocodile over to him.
Territory.
Just get over here. Of course, it would take a bit of time to move around as he's in active crushing state. Sherman tank decides just to go into the water himself to get around.
Puma, ready.
Of course, Sherman Crocodile can't really engage 234. Doesn't have a cannon. The Pioneer Squad does see a bit of fire there. Does get force back.
Those hits are getting closer.
Bravo Squad received a nice hit there from the Stug. And the Stug, or the 234, will go down. It's possible both the Sherman Crocodile and the Sherman tank. Pack 38 finds a couple shots there onto the Crocodile.
Veterans engaged.
And now do got the Clyde barrage running on in. Gains good damage there onto the Pack 38. Pretty sure as well. I know the Crocodile is technically can't fire the gun in this game, but that model design suggests that it can't fire the gun whatsoever in real life. I wonder if that's related. Does it use the the turret as a way to lower and lift that in real life? Not no. Joke's now rotating around, Pack 30 inside of the region. Joke received a bounce there.
They're losing territory.
Does get them both suppressed there. Does get intercrit there from Sticky Bomb, and does get some of these guys pinned down. And 180 gun finds a good hit there, though there may be a line of sight blocker, maybe getting out of range now. Gonna rush forward to get out another Sticky Bomb. Got, of course, the Volksgrenadier model just taking spot shots there, sticking on next to the other Stug now. Now he's gonna push forward the Sherman tanks, and maybe we're able to circle around those Stugs. One's, of course, civilian one, another Stug's been pulling a field. So the Pack 30 here, he's focused down the Sherman 57mm. Not 57, 75mm. Calliope rocket barrage right now in, gets hits there onto these Stugs. One, of course, can easily go down. If it gets a hit onto him, he does roll a miss. Firing uphill like that can be a bit difficult for him to scatter. German tanks falling back and need some repairs. Naval Warfare Barrage raining on in.
Colonists attack our forward base.
Does get his suppression there, and both engineers are falling back.
That's too much. Down the fire.
Fire! The cowboys are shooting at us!
Doesn't seem much at the moment. US or the Volkswagen is trying to capture the VP. And now you have, looks like Allied War Machine now being activated for the US player. Yep, Allied War Machine is currently active, or was currently active. Getting some good repairs there. He does have still 500 munitions, so he has plenty of munitions for Allied War Machine still, and then some. Rock squads make their advance, ready eyeing for a pair of sticky bombs there on the Stug. Volksgrenadiers fighting from cover there. Of course, they're outnumbered 2-1. And the Stug, however, is charging with 4. Could get some sticky bombs off there. Does get a bit of suppression in his piddle now.
Enemy unit down.
He does go ahead and get that. Volksgrenadiers wiped out. We do now have a pair of sticky bombs right there. Good damage there. Fully immobilized now. We now got a pair of Hellcats now advancing on forward. Do, of course, have the Path 3 still on the high ground. Dog received the bounce there. And Path 3 is now firing away. Rolls a miss there, making a short and crit there. Hellcat one shot away from death. Stokes evades on forward.
Enemy unit down.
Stroke does go down. Rolls a miss there.
Objective secure. Just pulling this out.
Now got Sherman 76mm deployed on the field as well. Goes too far forward, gets a sticky bomb there. He does get fully immobilized there. Now I do have, I think, a 28cm rocket barrage now being brought on in. And he's not dodging it. Ooh! He does use Allied War Machine there to get both his Hellcats recovered. The Sherman and Sherman Crocodile is still alive. Rifle Squad does get sticky bomb there. Sherman Crocodile could hit the flamethrower. Pack 38 has advanced on 4 as well. Rolls a miss there onto the Rifle Squad. He's going to be backing on off now. Actually did not get those trim tank Hellcats recovered because the Allied War Machine is currently active, in which I do not see any recovered Hellcats whatsoever. He actually lost both of them and just spent 200 munitions on a Allied War Machine, got nothing from it. That Sherman tank, however, is being stubborn and doesn't want to die.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Volks Grenadiers have seized an objective.
Not bad. Volks Grenadiers here. MG crew, on me!
Repair station now complete. Useful for Stogs, of course. Two Stogs are currently live, both in efficiency 3. Very good. And maybe a not half bad idea. Go for a flak 88 on this ridge line to help them cover this area for flak 88 as well as that bridgehead. See if Yvonne does connect with the Stug. Only damage with your crit.
The enemy advances.
Hellcats, pair of Hellcats not push way forward. Here, Nebworth Barrage running in somewhere. Could be on top of the Rifleman.
Forward base.
It does force back the Rifleman there. Good receive a bounce there. Pioneers have salvaged that carcass. And now do have a Calliope rocket barrage onto the Nebworkers. Good hits there. Couple bounce there on the Stug. German Crocodile, see a bit of fire there. More good hits there onto the Crocodile. And the Granada Warfare is not decrewed at the moment. The Allied War Machine now activated. Hendrik advances forward. Hendrik rolls a miss. Right now the Axis player is down to 89 tickets. His opponent is at 224. And the Sherman bulldozer will destroy that wire there. He actually uses Dozer Blade for that. You don't need the Dozer Blade to crush wire like that. I don't think that protects you from landmines either. Sticky Bomb does connect, but does not get any engine crit there, just damage. The Sherman Crocodile see a bit of fire there. Hellcats advance on forward. Sherman Crocodile's about ready to go down. It does get a hit there onto the Fireflies. Not Fireflies, Hellcats. Does another Sticky Bomb there. Damage and crit. Force down on road, so the Hellcats will have trouble flanking it. Rifleman squads, however, will be flanking it. But there's M4 to the cover its retreat. Rocket squads do get suppressed there. Stokes seeing a bit of abuse. Pack 30 here to cover. That Hellcat will let it go down. 5 rocket barrage round in. Grenades have been thrown down there. He must have misclicked and went for grenades, not sticky bombs. Good hits on the Hellcat. Stokes still alive. Stokes being almost destroyed. Pack 38 still firing away as well. And there goes the Stug. M42 does get decrewed right there. Oh, he does get decrewed. Now the Hellcat's falling back. Taking out a number of Hellcats there. Of course, still got the Nebula for incendiary effect, surging these Rifleman squads. Let's recapture the MG42 with the Grenadier. Falling back, get reinforced. More grenades are reinforced now. Grenade does take out one model there, not the gunner, however. Does go another grenade there. That will probably wipe the crew. Though still seeing some damage and suppression.
We're losing a sector.
Now I got retro artillery right here. Yep. Let's fall back. The balls will go down, drop the bar. And Pioneers has salvaging up some of these carcasses over here. This one is salvaged. Fresh Stug now float on the field. Oh. Thank you for the raid statement live of Party of 17. Welcome.
And our full complement.
They're ready.
Grenadiers have recrewed the MG42 once again. Of course, they can fall back to this bunker reinforced. We got a fresh Grenadier here. Though the bunker itself is almost destroyed. 5P rocket barrage raining on in. Third Stroke now advancing to the high ground. Rifleman squads advancing on the flank.
Pioneers here.
And Pioneers trying to salvage this Sherman tank as well. Sherman Crocodile still alive. And it looks like he does use the Fall of the Fatherland to save his Pioneer. He does have plenty of manpower, not a whole lot of munitions nor fuel. 1v1. US versus Wehrmacht. You got armor versus defense. Got a Hellcat, Calliope, and Sherman Crocodile on the field. Volks Grenadiers with a bar they just picked up right there. US player is about a little bit more towards a Pershing tank. Doesn't have the manpower to afford one either way. Is going for a pair of Hellcats. Only one level of supply yard upgrade. This is a user-submitted replay to me, so I'm not sure who these players are. A Rifleman squad does get suppressed there. This Rifleman squad moving on the flank. Oh, and that Rifleman squad just finds a lot of treads. I don't mind casting whether it be good or bad. After all, you looking at new games, you can see what went wrong, what went right. You'd be surprised. We do have Hellcats now moving around the flank. Sherman Crocodile as well. Pioneer receive a nice shot there. Falling back. Should be able to escape on out of there. Doesn't mean he necessarily will. Oh, we got a Hellcat upgrade to the 50 cal. Pioneer will escape on out of there. Got a Panzerschreck and Pioneer evasive forward. Wehrmacht landmine here and here. Yep, fair fights always can be entertaining. If it's a stomp, it's also not an entertaining game to watch. Sure, it can be informative, but not necessarily entertaining. Granted, it doesn't. Fair fights don't also have to last very long. It could be some risky gamble as well to equally skilled players. Grenadier does fall back, got a fresh 2-3-4. He does have, let's see, that's 3 Hellcats. He does have 3 Stugs, so a 2-3-4 is probably decent to police the flanks. Calliope rocket barrage right on in. Some of the Grenadiers taking quite a bit of damage. Now got the battle phase research. He does have efficiency 3, so getting out some heavy panzers wouldn't hurt. That still took a bit of a beating there. Crocodile is taking a beating, which is good for the US player. It draws fire away from his Hellcats. Gotta be careful that landmine as well. You don't want to detonate that by accident. Pioneer's trying to repair up the Stug now. Grenadiers could try poking forward. It's a short retreat path for them. Panzerschrecks do connect. One does at least. Stugs focus the fire one. One does miss. Stug does go down. Could take time to salvage it. Hellcat will likely go down. That Hellcat does go down. Allied War Machine was activated, and I think he did get that one recovered. Yes, he did. Stug does go down. Hellcat does go down. Allied War Machine has been deactivated or really consumed. Panzerschrecks rolls a miss there, rolls another miss there. Stug should be firing next. Hellcat rolls a miss there. Rifleman do find a landmine. Assume armor to play out something else. Polish Stug. Main gun destroyed there. The Rifleman squad's getting pinned and suppressed by the Pinto mount, but does get fully mobilized there. Does fall back to that one. I think that one had no. Oh, finds a landmine there. Wasn't. And does lose entirely. Rocket squad is specialty 3. Grenade has been goes to grenade. Gets a good hit there. Forcing it back. Calliope rocket barrage raining on in. Main gun destroy crit and now death crit. Oh, yeah, hobby videos. I'm slightly slowing down a little bit. Beforehand, it was closer to 30 to 40, and I'm starting to slow down with an ideal of 20 per week. Among multiple games, I should say, as well. Simple. Well, granted, a lot of the video uploads is more like I cast individual games now, and then upload the games individually onto YouTube. Granted, in 4K 60 FPS as well. So, if you want a good reserve of replays, there you go. In higher quality as well. Of course, you can only
after
stream
one of our
so
munitions
much
points.
or so high quality on Twitch as well as YouTube. I try to try for 1080p 30 FPS. Yeah, I think I'm actually overdoing it a little bit. I think about... Oh, there goes the Stug.
Promotions in order here.
It's a federal holiday on Monday. I'm also taking Friday off to get a nice 4-day weekend. So I'm thinking about streaming Phoenix Point over the weekend during the mornings. Yep. Is it right above or right below the crate post button? One of the two. Nebwarfer. Oh, landmine detonation there. The Nebwarfer did detonate that landmine. Nebwarfers hit everything but your intended target, such as that landmine. Calliope Rocket Barrage does roll some misses. And got another Calliope Rocket Barrage over here. Getting just sporadic damage, nothing too significant, honestly. More of the carcasses being salvaged now. We do have the Rifle Squad advancing on flank, fighting 2, 3, 4. It is keeping its distance, trying to avoid the sticky bombs.
Riflemen, form up!
Register Artillery does force back the Riflemen. Crocodile getting repaired on up. Got the pair of Hellcats now pushed way forward. Can ease this place to 2, 3, 4. Repair Pioneers trying to fix his paint job. Of course, they can only do so much with big panic holes there.
What are my
And 180 gun, Veteran C1, receiving a bit of fire there. Alternatives who have the bar as well. We do now the Calliope raining on in, getting a bit of damage there onto the Sturm Armor once again. The Wehrmacht player is down to 23 tickets. The US player has 89. No, wait. Sorry, wrong order. The US player is down to 22 tickets. The Wehrmacht player is at 89. Sturm Armory being redeployed there. Hellcats advancing forward. This VP is not being threatened, nor is this one. The US player, he doesn't have time to go for Annihilation Victory. He needs to send an infantry unit to capture one of those VPs as soon as he can. That Rifleman squad needs to be over here. And he may not be paying attention to the tick counter. Hellcat straight forward should be able to show the Nebwarfer, that's fine. British artillery, however, is being brought on in. He has to brave the artillery barrage. Of course, Register Artillery is very good at denying a point from being captured. He did consume the rest of his munitions on that.
What now?
And he does have another... No, the AT gun simply not fast enough to get over there. German Crocodile advance on forward. Pioneer's just trying to repair all the damage on this base, trying to stall his opponent. But looks like the US player will lose. I don't think these Rifleman squads can decapture this point in time. 3 tickets? Yeah, that's probably not enough time. But we'll be close.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
More of the base is going down for the Wehrmacht player. 1 ticket remaining, and the US player has been knocked out at a brink of victory. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before I start the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. My apologies. Please give me 1 moment.
Sorry about that. I am back. Nope, let's see now. Let's go into a 2v2. Double US, double Wehrmacht. That seems good enough. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Heroes 1 replay with somebody immediately lagging a little bit. If he backs out of the game, I will stop the replay. Well, on the south side as the Wehrmacht forces with Dennis the Menace. One as the other Wehrmacht player, we have the Friendly Socialist. Well, on the top right side as the US forces, we have live billybilly.com. Is that some sort of another streaming site? Not sure. And small on top right side or top side as the other US player, who appeared to be the one that was lagging out a little bit. We had DRVXR. And we got a bit of trash talking already. Do not have the Wehrmacht quarter being deployed on out.
Wehrmacht quarters completed.
Fuel point and the fuel point being captured on up. US players going for triple engineers. Got triple engineers here. Barracks going on up. This player, however, has not gone for a barracks or a support weapons center. Got a fourth engineer deployed on field. This is a little bit interesting. Eyeing for a large number of capping pressure. He is captured the fuel point. Not like he asked a British teammate to. That's what he is rushing out a machine gun placement. Does get cancelled or interrupted there. Pioneer's now repairing up the motorcycle in combat. It's just behind some heavy cover there. He can actually withstand, be a bit more safe. But looks like this player just getting overran. Volksgrenadiers, his teammates Volksgrenadiers advance forward. Just going to stick with some light cover there. Motorcycle advance on forward. The Pioneers are sticking heavy cover there. Gets good damage on the triple engineers advancing on forward. Does force them back. And the Volksgrenadiers could just maintain the range to engage them. This Volksgrenadier squad, however, is falling back. The engineers capture the flanks now. Was it 4 engineers?
They're losing territory.
Fuel point not being captured up. Pioneer squad fighting behind some light cover there. These engineers advancing. Volksgrenadiers will be engaging these engineers, but can easily get overrun by the US engineers. And yeah, the Volksgrenadiers just running away, taking a lot of free damage there. Pioneers and Volksgrenadiers fall back. May just want to keep this. Just move the Volksgrenadiers. It doesn't. I don't think they have to worry about covering themselves. Just have to focus on maintaining their range. Motorcycles, 2 motorcycles brought out by this Wehrmacht player here. Both of them are quite wounded. They both need to fall back. Pioneers could be issued the retreat order as well. Motorcycle does get gunned down by the engineers. This motorcycle spot could potentially lose his engine. A third motorcycle brought out by that same player. Now 2. And getting a bit of damage there on the motorcycle now. Volksgrenadiers now push way forward. Engineers are also pushing their way forward. Does fall back with both the wounded engineers, so this one does get wiped out. 2 Volksgrenadiers and a Pioneer now pushing their way forward. We do have the fuel point being captured on up. And the motorcycle here could get his paint job fixed a little bit. This one does get those holes patched, and he is going for let's see, is another motorcycle? MG42. So unmounted MG42 is being employed on out.
Recon, ready to go.
Engineers do get inside the garrison there. We do have these Volksgrenadiers push forward. These Volksgrenadiers do flank the 30 cal emplacement. Doesn't get any shots there, even though he wasn't in goal. It's good damage. Wait, is that a... Okay, it is fully... It doesn't look fully built. Am I crazy? That probably is fully built, so not sure why I didn't fire there. Oh, great, and I also had a selected ball switching players, so now there's going to be a permanent reticle on the map. We do not have the MG42 going on, or not the MG42.
30 cal emplacement does go down there. Engineers and the rifle squad advancing forward. Volksgrenadiers and could be a focus down these units. They're here in good numbers. Rifle squad does fall back. This rifle squad may just be stick this heavy cover there as the engineers get ripped apart. Right, Volksgrenadiers. This squad may want to fall back sooner rather than later. This Volksgrenadier squad does have Veteran C1 just deployed on the field. His teammates and motorcycles advancing forward. This Volksgrenadier squad is receiving quite a bit of damage here. Does fall back now. The Volksgrenadiers here may want to fall back to that heavy cover. It looks like both US players have been forced back. This one is back at home, getting reinforced and potentially healed up.
A fuel point is being seized.
We do not have the triage center going up. Well, getting healed up always handy. After all, you need a lot of blood to maintain the fight.
The men are formed up, sir.
First half track then packed, so it looks like he has got a Kriegsbarracks. Yeah, Kriegsbarracks deployed on the field. You got a that's probably was going attempted for a casualty recovery bunker. Does cancel it. Alliance team to fall back. There's an MG42 sounded in good position right here, and of course the mounted MG42s from these motorcycles. So this one does have a damaged engine now. He's going to try to crawl away now. These forces are flanking the MG42. He's probably going to lose both these motorcycles. His teammates, Volksgrenadiers, are here in force. Both motorcycles have gone down. MG42 does retreat back. Got For the Fatherland now activated. Flame Engineers do get inside the garrison. They like their sauerkraut extra crispy, but there's actually no windows there, so that is a poor spot for the Flame Engineers, isn't it? We got a landmine here. Landmine has not been found. Got this Pioneer squad getting overran. 251 half-track pulling field. He could throw a unit on the inside of it to get his machine gun firing, though also at this point in time, I'm half tempted to say a Flamer half-track wouldn't be half bad either because of the amount of engineers and man spam we see. Landmine here, not been detonated. Now we have the half-track mounted, get his 30 cal firing. Med bunker somewhere, or ping somewhere to say, I'm going to deploy a bunker there, one of the two. Volksgrenadiers have Veteran C2 over here. Flame Engineers does get forced back. Rifle squad again did chip damage onto the 251 half-track. He will find the landmine there. And now the 251 half-track severely wounded. He may want to rotate it this way to get the rear machine gun firing. Yes, he does. Very good. Does get a bit of suppression there. The other squad's not currently being suppressed. Half-track is in danger because it can take some chip damage from the rifles, but looks like it does get suppression and pins one of these squads. The squad may have sticky bombs available. Wait, they're both pinned now, so they can't throw the sticky bomb if there is one. Here's the fight from 700 cover there. The Volksgrenadiers firing away. We do have these rifle squads falling back. And now we do have the half-track getting repaired on up. We got a bunker here. Med bunker or repair bunker? Reinforced from the half-track. Rifle squad advancing forward. He is going for a medical bunker there. So, okay, I thought one of the Pioneer models was stuck there. And there is a repair bunker somewhere as well. Another bunker gets canceled there. Half-track has been repaired, landmine has been found, and now it's fully pinned, so the Pinto Mount should maintain suppression. Flame Engineers advancing forward. One of the Volksgrenadiers eat a lot of fire. A little bit too spicy for them, but not spicy enough to retreat back. One of the Flame Engineers do get wiped out. Rifleman squads advancing on forward. Volksgrenadiers fighting from a relatively good position, the Rifleman squad's just pushing the way forward now. Half-track, maybe it'll get some suppression here on the Rifleman. Next volley should get this Rifleman squad suppressed. He is getting some of the garrison now. Grenade Warfare could get focused down by the Riflemen. Yeah, the Rifleman squads are eyeing to wipe out the Grenade Warfare. The Rifleman squad here does fall back. The Volksgrenadiers do pick themselves a bar, and the Grenade Warfare will fall back in time. Oh god, how many I am really screwed up with reticles. There's now going to be a lot of permanent reticles on the map. We do now have the Volksgrenadiers. They have forced back the Riflemen. So far, field control seems pretty good for the US players.
Pioneers here.
This US player does not have a triage, not triage, supply yard. This player does not have triage center. Of course, this player has gone for defensive. This player does not have at least a visible doctrine available. This US player may have selected doctrine, but it's nothing visible. Definitely went defensive. He has not selected doctrine. And he's just going to go for Tarek. This player has gone for infantry and melee gotten some rangers, or can call in some rangers. He is down to 2 squads of riflemen. So squad of rangers could help him round out his composition. They're suspecting the opponents will go for sniper, but oh, and there's a weapon support center. Go ahead and tags out his buddy there so he can mount up and get that MG firing.
That about does it. Supply yard is now operational. Time to kill some Krauts.
You have a landmine here. MG42 set on up. And does want to mount up inside the half track. Should be adequate amounts of suppression, and even if this one does flank, the half track should keep them at bay. This one does get suppressed course, being in the middle of the sight of the MG42. So the half track will get receive a sticky bomb there, but that is fine. Does get M2 both MGs firing away. Do now have the riflemen and the flame engineers advancing forward. Grenade warfare getting torched and falls back again. He is trying to flank the MG42 as well. There's also a Wehrmacht landmine here. This one is pinned. And this half track received quite a bit of damage and now fire. Grenade does connect with the MG42, does issue the fallback order. The half track has been banned. The engine destroyed, the tracks are gone, and now its health is also gone. You have 4 Vet 3 Volksgrenadiers right here, so he's gone for Rapid Efficiency 1. He may want to eye for maybe a fast Panzer command for the Knights Crosshold is a possibility. Though it's not uncommon as well for the person who goes for defensive, go for light vehicle veterancy and Warframe half tracks and Vet 3 Flak 88s. So both are a possibility. This US player is lagging out once again. We do have a motor pool being employed on the field.
Yes, comrade.
Try to grenade, or not grenade, or grenade warfare throws grenades. I think that what that means, being fired somewhere. Yeah, let's go with that.
We are ready to push back the Yankees. Yes, comrade.
Volksgrenadiers are decapturing the fuel point. We do now have these riflemen and flame engineers advancing along. This guy decides to abandon his buddy. Now his buddy's like, oh, wait for me. Though that retreat path is not particularly great, but also not particularly bad since that's not where the infantry is going.
Losing territory.
So there's a couple sniper shots there. Flame engineers advancing forward with their riflemen, and the Volksgrenadier squad does fall back. These rifle squads now making their advance. You now have an MG bunker upgrade here. And more of these sectors being captured on up. We do have a med bunker here as well. So 2 med bunkers are on the field, 1 for each player. And they're far enough away so they won't steal each other's casualties. Grenade warfare is advancing forward once again. NG42 upgrade has been completed. That one does fall back. Flame engineers advancing forward. You have a landmine still undetonated. The engineer will draw some fire from the MG42. Got only pioneers and sniper to stop this other infantry, but this landmine could be very useful. Counter snipes to get shots there. Landmine detonates, does not get into snipers, though one that may have been wounded. He's trying to go for counter snipe. He has gotten 4 kills, so they know about it. Sniper firing away. He's trying to charge his way forward with the half track, trying to overrun the snipers. There's see 2 sticky bombs there. Maybe not a great idea. Fully immobilized, and now it's rears getting gunned down. Pioneers do get gunned down as well. And that was a really bad half track play. Just because of snipers doesn't mean you have to dive them. Rifleman squad's advancing on 4, trying to overrun the Volks Grenadiers. Those who support the fatherland now. Rifle squad seeing quite a bit of damage there from the Volks Grenadiers. Over here, we've got these force advancing forward and currently the snipers. Rifle squad does hit the Pack 38. Pack 38 melee managed to run away when the Volks Grenadier squad falls back. All these rifle squads are quite wounded. A well-placed grenade could, or not grenade, mortar there could have been useful, but it was not successful.
We have regained the momentum on the field.
Good damage down to the Pack 38, does get decrued, but he does have the base MGs here. He does have the Pack 38 captured, he's going to try to run away with it. He has sniper fired away, takes out the medic there. One more medic casualty right there. We'll get him a free grenadier. Looks like that was his teammate's medic as well. We do got now a squad of rangers on the field. They don't have Thompson's upgrade just yet. Grenadiers do have For the Fatherland activated. Snipers still firing away. Efficiency 1. These Volks Grenadiers make their advance. Rifle squad does fall back. Pack 38. I think it may have been fully captured. Infantry 42's advance on 4. We got 3 Volks Grenadiers dancing around the bunker. See if it hits them. Could force back Rangers before it destroyed the bunker. Great grenade warfare hit there onto the Rangers as well. And these forces do all fall back. We still got these riflemen over here. Trying to take out the Wehrmacht Hoarder is not a good idea. It looks like the grenade warfares are hitting his teammates. And it looks like the clearly 2 of them in the field based on the rate of fire. Assault phase has been complete. Let's take a look and see what each player has in resources. The defensive player has a massive reserve of manpower and not a whole lot of munitions nor fuel. His teammate has a small reserve of manpower, good reserve of munitions, no visible doctrine just yet, and no fuel remaining. US player number 1, the one that's lagging out a little bit this game, has a decent reserve of manpower, good reserve of munitions, and a small reserve of fuel, no level 1 supply yard. And his teammate has good reserve of manpower, no munitions, little fuel, and level 1 supply yard upgrade. And he has gone for infantry, while his teammate has nothing visible, but 2 command points suggest he has a doctrine selected. So I'm guessing not airborne, because that has every ability visible. Could probably armor, could be infantry. Hard for me to say. Rifle squad's advancing on forward.
It's built.
Listen up, friend.
MG's starting to suppress down the rifle squad. Flame engineers push way forward. He's saying he's going to change to tier 4. Rangers a bit damaged there. Got Oswin now deployed on the field. Fast Oswin would be useful against this infantry composition. No motor pool deployed out here, nor here, so the Oswin's going to reign supreme, barring the Rangers. And potential sticky bombs. Grenadiers, Volks Grenadiers push way forward. For the Fatherland's now activated. 1 extra casualty will grant him a free Grenadier, and that casualty could not be obtained before going down. Another drop bar there. Grenades been thrown. Get a bit of splash damage on the Volks Grenadiers. Ooh, multiple good grenades there. Mass retreat now being rained on in. The maiden squad wipe there, but I still see 3 Volks Grenadiers, so maybe not.
We can now support
Oswin
field
now advancing
repair.
forward. And now do have field repairs available for the US player we're going to have selected. He should have enough fuel for a motor pool as well as manpower. Field repair suggests he's going straight for the Pershing.
New recruits in. We're
Oswin, I think that's a fresh Oswin as well. There's 2 Oswins now deployed on field. A good item in this situation. So it's a good use of veterancy as well. Oswins do very well when you get them vetted up. He doesn't have a comp graph center, so he can't get them vetted up. Folks going to do over on the Rifleman squad. And this Rifle squad has a pretty big line of sight or shot blocker behind him, so Pretty K receives some good splash damage there. Going to be focused on the Rangers right now. Folks going to just patrol 4. You have Terror now selected, which he can now bring in some propaganda war. And great damage there. Isn't like a euro and US dollar are both equivalent right now? Because last time I checked, they're both equal, or 1 euro is equal to 1 USD. Ranger squad does, or not Ranger, Rifleman squad does get suppressed there. Knights Cross holders that has been put on the field, forces back the Rifleman. Oswin's now firing away. Looks like the Oswin shots can bounce on the garrison. Yeah, I can see it bouncing. Knights Cross holders trying to camp the door on their way out, so this Rifleman squad may get wiped out, though they're doing some great damage there on the Knights Cross holders. And the Rifleman squad does get outside of the garrison. Now we've got the Volksgrenadiers engaging the Rifleman squad. Volksgrenadiers squad does fall back. Got the Rangers and Riflemen and Flame Engineers facing along the flank. Got a wounded Volksgrenadier squad here, so opponents probably want to capture the munition sector. He needs to retreat back. There's no way he can fight this. Now I've got a fresh M10. Is that an off-map combat group? We do have off-map combat group, and that's a good off-map combat group. We got 1 M10, a Ranger, and 2 Riflemen. I would love to have that off-map combat group. Good shot there by the PaK-38. M10. And they can receive bounces from PaK-38. I didn't think M10s could bounce PaK-38 shots, honestly. Relatively rare thing there. M10 does go down there to backline PaK-38 from his teammate. This Flak Panzer Oswin destroyed engine crit there. Oswin received the bounce there from the M10 as well. Large number of bounces from both sides. M10 does go down as well. Field repair has been activated. This one's seeing quite a bit of damage now. That other Flak Panzer Oswin has been destroyed. And this M10 may escape out of there. Ranger side of the garrison. We of course gotten multiple Knights Cross holders pulled on field. Good hits there onto the M10. Bounces down the Oswin as well.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Now the Knights Cross holder does see a bit of fire there. The Rifle squad receiving some mortar hits, suppressing it. Rifle squad does retreat back now. M10 is maintaining minimal health. A couple of Panzerfaust cores can finish it off. This Rifle squad could get wiped out. I think that Grenade Warfare, does get a triple kill there. Doesn't get the wipe as predicted. Grenades inside the garrison. M10 shot, not M10. Black Panzer also receiving some repairs. We may see triple Panzerfaust here. We do see double crushes, however. Grenadiers may want to get outside the garrison. Spawn not a good spot for the garrison, or not sure where they went now. Does get inside the garrison once again. Grenade Warfare does get the crew.
Enemy unit down.
Entire gun got destroyed as well, so got killed in the already packed up state. Knights Crossholders do wipe out the Flamer Engineers. This engineer, the Rifle squad that took hits there from the Bernard Warfare is still in the front line, severely wounded. Grenadiers trying to decapture the munitions sector. Well, they already did decapture it. They're trying to fully capture it, but getting danced around there. Grenadiers moving around. Ranger squad falls back. Flak Panzer also are firing away. Rifleman squad is getting wiped out. But we do have Veteran C one of the Flak Panzers finally. It seems like those Flak Panzers should have got Veteran C a long time ago. There's also just a good number of them on the field. We've got 2 M10s, 1 Flame Engineer for this player. His teammate has 2 Rangers, 2 Riflemen, and a Vet 2 Sniper. Just going for straight off-net combat groups, not eyeing for any M2 howitzers. He is going to save his munitions for off-net power shoots, likely, in the end. The defensive player still has a good reserve of manpower, but a lot less. No munitions or fuel reserve to really speak of, but still enough to bring in for the fatherland. And for his teammate, good reserve of munitions, not much manpower, and no fuel whatsoever. You guys have won another Flak Panzer Ostwind.
Calibrating rangefinders.
Does get a hit there onto the M10s. Of course, allied field repair would be very useful if he had enough munitions for it. It's asking his teammate for a Flak 88. Pantrax do connect, taking him out.
War machine is raring to go.
Over here, we have the Rifleman squad and Rangers advancing forward. Finding Vet 3 Knights Cross Orders. Force retreat the Sniper. That may have been better just to force retreat the Rangers and Riflemen. Sorry, just sort of reading some of the past comments. We do have a good number of Flak Panzers out on the field. Do have, a Panther as well. Very good. Panther will be a good complement to the M10s. Or, not the M10s, to the Flak Panzer Ostwinds. Load it and recruit when you get it. Get the pop cap for it. Talking about the Flak 88s. How close is he to getting out Flak 88? Well, he has a large amount of units already on the field, so it'll be hard for him to pull it out. A Panther will be useful, especially to get some efficiency. Currently there is none. He has a good reserve of manpower. Again. M10's taking out, bouncing a lot of shots there, of course. Next crossorders will probably get overwhelmed. The Rangers have an upgrade of Thompsons. Both of them appears to be. Both Grenadiers will capture that sector. Both Grenadiers here likely will get wiped out. Losing a squad 2 will free up some population space for him. He is now going for a Flak 88 somewhere. I can see on the map now. Good rear armor hits there onto the M10s. Pantrax do get a kill there. This double quick Pantrax. The armor player does lose both of them, starting to lag out a bit. The Flak Panzer. Flak 88 is being built out right here. Both Grenadiers capture the sector. And he may be fully out of the game. I know he was lagging for a little bit. He is building some snipers here. So it could be actual lag spikes rather than him backing out of the game. Rangers, of course, will not let the Volksgrenadiers. And it looks like he's fully out of the game now. Volksgrenadiers do get forced back there. And it doesn't appear to be fully out there. Okay, there he is. Now, with him back in the game, let's go to fast forward. That's likely the end of the game, though his teammate may not realize it just yet. Greyhound firing away. Over here, do you have a rifle squad receiving their fire? Versus the 2 on the Flak Panzers. Now the King Tiger squad on the field. Flak Panzer. Oh, got the propaganda war force retreat there. Takes out that. And looks like he cast GG's now. And that is the end of the replay. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. He doesn't need that when you have stats. And let's go ahead and go to this replay. This is my last replay tonight. I can feel my voice starting to go out. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Panzer Elite player, we have Wag1. Spawn as the other Panzer Elite player, we have Andre Haas. Spawn on the bottom left, what was that? Booby Trap available, so he has now selected the Scorched Earth Doctrine. Spawn as the British Forces, we have Zohan, and spawn as the other British Forces, we have Noobs or us.
Awaiting instructions.
Ammunition or fuel sector being captured on up. We got the Wehrmacht Pioneers trying to capture up other sectors now. Double birds can be difficult or can be an easy stomp. It all depends how quickly you can overrun the HQs. If you can't overrun them, you have a bit of trouble. If you can overrun them, you basically knock them out of the game immediately.
Infantry section ready to move
Panzer Grenadiers going for G43s, not big surprise.
Upgraded unit ready.
Fuel point has been captured on up, going for the strategic point now. Likely one of the HQ command trucks will set up right there. Maybe a good idea for this guy to go there, since he is farther back. Scope Power Squad going straight this fuel sector. Now that would be risky if they try to claim that one with their HQ command trucks. So right now he's not decapturing the point there. MG42 does lose a model there. Does order retreat there. Scope Power Squad get a nice little force back nice and early on. Likely a Volkswagen being plotted field. Could be a motorcycle. Scope Power Squad does fall back there, going for a slit trench now over here. This intersection advancing forward, getting a bit of chip damage there onto the Kaliningrad. Fuel sector being captured on up over
We are
here.
losing ground.
And Scope Power Squad is advancing on forward. Should be able to force back the Pioneer, no problem.
Send over.
Volkswagen or intersection does get a bit damaged there. Trying to intro the capture there. You do not want that HQ combat truck to set up in the sector. Then decapture is fine, letting it being fully captured is not
We are
fine.
losing territory.
He is doing a good job even preventing it from decapturing there. Scooting his booty there. And there we go, it has been inverted quite a bit, and now his team's HQ-42 has been redeployed there. Forward HQ, oh yeah, that's also another reason why he needs to get the forward HQ. Gets fully pinned there, so it does stop the decapture. Forward HQ is about to go on up. Does not appear to have forward healing just yet. So this got a good forward reinforcement there. Once it gets the forward healing, that would be great. Forward healing's not being researched now. Letting the MG42 get decoded is fine as long as he push forward. The Volkswagen get it recrewed. And he's got the Scope Power Squad following him back. MG42 could get reinforced now. Intersections push away forward.
Kampfgruppen have upgraded defensive operations.
The real question is, does he have a glorious mustache like mine? We do not have the intersection advancing on forward and advancing on back. Just to get to the heavy cover there. Panzer Grenadiers eyeing to push forward this heavy cover as well. Motorcycles providing some fire support in the back. Lieutenant now advancing on forward. Does now get inspired this intersection to shoot harder. And Shimvagan has seen quite a bit of damage there, but does need to fall back, get repaired up. Luckily there's a bunch of repair units that can repair him up, no problem. Good, ask his teammate or ask his own Pioneers.
Awaiting command.
I do have some old replays of me with my mustache. But I do need to shave right now. This beard's getting a little bit itchy. We do now got the Panzer Grenadier getting outside the garrison. Do not have the Scope Arc Squad getting suppressed there. Mortar in place not being employed on view. Infantry sections pushing their way up north. We've got this section being forced on back. Got these sections signed for a bit of flank. Of course, we've got the Ford HQ. Gotta make sure that it doesn't get captured. Ford HQ command truck here by one of the Brits is on the fuel point. Not sure where the other one may be at the moment. These sections advancing on forward. Kaliningrad eyeing to deploy a booby trap on top of the landmine, which could either be a good idea or a bad idea. One of the two. Landmine has been spotted there by the Scope Arc Squad. If the sections actually take time to focus it down, he could blow up some Panzer Grenadiers. The Scope Arc Squad needs to hit that landmine. Nope, he was not quick enough to hit the landmine. Has re-camouflage. Falls back to his Ford HQ there to get some healing. Maybe a good idea for Ass's team to pull out some sandbags, help them get better fighting position there. Jim and Vaughan hit a bit farther. The Brits are Zohan and noobs are us. Do not have the slit trench now being employed on the field. Another squad of veterans there. More of the slit trenches being employed on the field.
Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
Does have access to roadblocks now. Scope Arc Squads just trying to pull out some more slit trenches. Do now have the Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. Do have the intersection going on down. And looks like multiple of the slit trenches are being destroyed. Scope Arc Squad does fall back. Panzerjäger Command now deployed on the field. And looks like the mortars are running a little bit short.
Ready to pass on orders.
Infantry sections heading down south. We do have the 25-pounder now being deployed on the field.
Grenadiers have repaired the auto.
Asking for some heavy cover. Probably a good idea. Let's take a look and see what each player's gone for. The Panzer player has the Panzer Command going for some 222s. Probably 5 of them. His teammate right now has not a lot of manpower, some munitions to work with. Going for a Pak 38. No Kampfgruppe Center just yet. British player number 1 has very little resources. Has a sapper in the build queue, no captain. And the other British player does have a sapper in the build queue, no captain. And does spend a bunch of munitions right there, probably on a... not sure what it was on. Saw like 75 munitions consumed. Oh, maybe it was this rifle. No, that was his teammate. Got rifle grenades deployed out by his teammate, supported by the 2 lieutenants. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward.
Forward OPs reporting a sector is under attack.
Those upgrades are done. Where to?
Gun line ready.
And do got some Piats there. 25-pounder deployed on the field. 2-2. And Pak 30 pushes way forward. Kaliningrad moving around. Intersections now advancing all around. Rifle grenade fired and rolls a miss. We got a pair of landmines deployed. The Wehrmacht player. Very nice. It's a 25-pounder. Looks 25-pounder barrage is raining right there. Not on the forward HQ. Jim Vaughan spots a lot of stuff there, including Piat coming right at him. And he knows that the Piat's also very bad coming at him. Booby trap has been triggered. And now, of course, with incendiary trap there. Most of the Panzer Grenadiers get a little bit toasty. Two now advancing on forward. We got, of course, a good number of forces here. The Panzer player just may want to keep his distance. Let the 2-2 skirmish around a little bit, but right now there's just too many British units here in this region for him to really engage. His teammates does have a sniper on the field help him out, but he needs honestly some sandbags. Get some sandbags there. He's able to hold this area quite well. Sappers, intersection pushing along the southern flank. Got these guys facing along through the center, but the intersections are quite wounded. Trying to fall back there. We do now have his teammates into 4-2 being redeployed up front. MG42 is now firing away. MG42 could receive deploy designated marksman there from the squad. Does receive some bit of suppression there, needs reinforcements. Trying to be reinforced. He does get reinforced in time. With that one model back, it could actually help him stall out, get another model reinforced. We have the 222s being pushed on forward, but there's too many sappers in this region. The gunner will go down. And no, the gunner will not go down. Now got the 25-pounder barrage and mortars trying to hit that MG42. Decides to fully withdraw. The HQ now seeing some direct fire. The Wehrmacht player does go for Blitzkrieg. Can get out some stormtroopers. So maybe a pair of Panzerschrecks, camouflage stormtrooper Panzerschrecks wouldn't be half bad to sneak on in to take out some of these weapon placements. These forces starting to make their advance. Schimmelwagen in this region. Maybe you're seeing some mortar hits there. U2 still trying to skirmish around, but you got the HQ command truck has now established this viewpoint. And his team, and okay, I was going to say he will deny like for the fatherland usage, but of course he has gone to Blitzkrieg. Bunker has been completed. That could be for a repair bunker, that could be for med bunker, it's hard for me to tell. Both will be useful. I see, is that is the Panzer Elite player saying he's going for Panthers. Not big surprise, that's basically default. He has to push my forward, scope our squads in tow, and Lieutenant. Veteran C1 tanks as well. Veteran C1 tanks. Ah, Stews. I was thinking something else. This polygon is preparing Veteran C4 Stews, and for the Tiger tank, we've got now the MG42 sitting on up. This is suppression here. Lieutenant's not Veteran C1 at the moment. PS rain on in, getting good splash damage there, and wipes out the MG42 instantaneously. Again, some of those were also rifle grenades. They have about the same accuracy. Got Scope squad now being pinned or suppressed by the G43 squad. We've got multiple Panzerschrecks here. Victor's place was almost deployed in the field, in which they do spot it, and does fall back from it. Over here, Stormtroopers camouflage advance on forward. Wait. It could have been possible they spotted the Stormtrooper squad going past this point. Because if they want camouflage going around that, he may... If he wasn't camouflaged, they could spot that, so there's no sign of not map hacks. But if he was camouflaged right there, that would probably suggest map hacks. It's all about right there, is whether or not they were or were not camouflaged. Intersections push way forward, it's raining on in. So let's keep an eye on the Brits and see what they can and cannot see, or should not see. 2 Stew, he's eyeing for 2 Stew. They'll let that Stew in. We do not have the Brands advancing forward. We get some buttons here, just getting a bit of chip damage. Artillery raining on in. It's now pushed way forward. Scope rifle or rifle grenade squad does get forced back. 1 sniper on the field. Act 30 camouflage. You know, I'm sort of like half paying the compensation cent. Part of me wonder, what are you guys talking about? We do not have artillery barrage raining in right there. Ask his teammate to pull out some Stoops of Loose. Some Warframen half tracks. Do not have the Stormtroopers double upgraded. Advancing on the camouflage, trying to capture the sector. Gets a bit of damage there on the mortar emplacement as he starts decapturing. Very nice. Maybe just want to decapture and focus fire. Don't have to eye for a full capture. Nope. Oh, doesn't get the shots off there. It's pushing away forward. I got 2 intersections here. Intersections, sappers. 3 squads of Piets, 1 more potentially on the way, maybe 2. Mass Penstruck here. Stu finds a good shot. Kinds of Grenadiers. 1 does fall back. Could just pass the soft retreat around. Back to the HQ, just get healed up. The 2's advancing forward. The Stu has plenty of health to tango with, so maybe he can advance forward as well. 2's skirmishing around. He just wants to bleed. He wants them dead. Not the 2's dead, but his opponent's dead. Not going for any defense accuracy. Rifle Grenadier squad does fall back. I heard a 17-pounder shot there, so the 2's may want to keep their distance from the 17-pounder. You want to avoid the 76mm size holes in them. But 76.2 millimeters, I think it was. Kinds of Grenadiers being reinforced, healed up right there. Sappers are unlikely to decapture the point because they can just throw a squad inside that's nearby.
Strategic locations.
2's do see a bit of damage there. Stormtroopers is focused on the 17-pounders, not hitting 25-pounder just yet. 17-pounder has gone down, does fall back now, very good. It's a decent hit there. Sniper, 17 kills, soft retreating away. The Stu does need some repairs. The mortar emplacement also needs repairs as well. Got some Piets or sappers there. Casualty clearing station, seeing some hits. He has repositioned HQ command truck from this region to somewhat over here. And with 2 casualty clearing stations, there's a lot of number of medics to grab casualties, though 1 of them is destroyed. Mortar emplacement has gone down. Piet's moving around. Now Piet's Penstrucks.
25-pounder, got our hands full here.
Hands full of ammo, or hands full of something else. Panther pushing way forward. Got 2 Panthers. Getting a bit of damage on the field support truck. Stu just sort of flinching around. Not getting a whole lot of damage at the moment, but sometimes make your units just not standing still is always useful as well. Panther took a bit of chip damage there. Wehrmacht Sniper gained some damage. Penstrucks pushing way forward. Good at the Piet squad. I think that may have been a full wipe. And rolls nice miss there. Chairman Foggen does go down there.
Was knocked out in that last skirmish.
2's, Stu, all, and Kenigrad all fully healed at the moment. The British player we have selected has 5 command points. Not a lot of munitions at the moment, so maybe a good idea to go find the commandos or royal engineers. Or the either increased resource income or commando stuff. I don't think royal artillery with the lack of munitions will be useful. Pioneers do get suppressed there. Stu now firing away, gets a good hit there. And the Piet does go ahead and get some bounces there.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Get obtained by that sapper. Resistance force falling back. Act 38 does get detected, so likely can get probably pulled into short the nearby Piet, possibly. We have another heroic charge activated there. He may try to focus it down there, but does fall back, so the Act 38 can be recaptured. At this point in time, their opponent's not playing any vehicles, so maybe just leaving uncaptured at the moment wouldn't be half bad. Capture it when you need it. Fort HQ is still alive with plenty of health, though a couple of the panels have been blown out.
Where to, gents? Sappers in field.
over here. Do now the Kaliningrad. I need to capture these points. I love how the parts of what's supposed to be US base is still here. Artillery running on in. Looks like the Stu received a nice hit there.
Good job, lads.
Look sharp.
Stu gets a decent hit there.
And contact.
17 pounder now being deployed on out.
All set. Go ahead.
And now we do see the armor command truck going for a handful of fireflies will not hurt. Hopefully this goes for, has the command tank and not the staghound. Armor command truck, oh, could be intercepted. Of course, I always forget how not fragile the British trucks are. Compared to company heroes 2 like SWS half tracks.
Ready for action. What now, CP Lorry?
Stu get some shots there. He's trying to capture this HQ. Stu's getting some shots there. Stu gets some decent hit on the lieutenant. Get squads fall back. The HQ could still be saved. Looks like it's not going to be saved.
Jerry doesn't know his arse from his...
And looks like Zion fall back there. Does maintain minimal damage. Looks like they did bring in some off-map artillery there.
Ready to fight.
Wehrmacht sniper receiving some fire there. May receive some fire in return from the Piet.
Victory point is ours.
And the British forces do capture the VP. Sappers, intersections push way forward. Hummel now lining up a shot. Panthers firing away and receiving some Piet fire. Stu does get a nice little damage there, knocking them around. Kaliningrad almost destroyed. He's focusing down. Maybe a good idea to focus on the Panther first, not the Kaliningrad. Getting whittled down. He does go and save both the Kaliningrad and the Panther. Hummel's trying to back on off. Got heroic charge on these Piets, trying to find something.
Reporting they have destroyed a German target.
Does take out the Wehrmacht sniper, I believe that was. Yes, that was. And these forces do all fall back now. Handful of pioneers and the stormtroopers now advance on forward.
Set up armor HQ at this position. Double time.
Just point this in,
Casualty cleaning station being healed on up. 17 pounder firing away. Overheal has been disabled. Getting repaired on up. Panther, this one's at full health. This Panther over here, soon to be at full health. Give enough time. We do have a bunker, not bunker, slit trench now being put on field, which could be a useful spot to either put the Piets or the rifle grenades in there. Here, a war from half-track running in somewhere. Got a large number of replacements here. There's a war from half-track. Get some decent hits on the 17 pounder. So go for a squad advance on forward. We'll fund the Stu.
one of our sectors.
He does go for a stag count, so he does not have armor command truck at the moment. Stormtroopers have been spotted there as the rifle grenadier squad try to capture the field point. Boom trap has been triggered. Oh, and that boom trap detonated way over there. That could have been the stormtroopers instead. Rifle grenade squad does fall back. Still gets some shots on him, but the captain's region would be hard to kill everything. And he does put the captain in that trench. Oh, he does wipe out a, was that a pioneer? Here's to be a pioneer. As grenades push way forward, Macy and senior grenades. Now let's go for a squad trying to capture the sector there with the aura of the captain's support. Captain Street there, asking his team to deploy some packs. Saying he spots some fireflies. War from half track, maybe bring out in over here. Dude gets a good shot there. He's hitting the infantry, but of course, Warframe half-tracks hit everywhere. But it does stay alive and repair sappers on the way. Got a good hit there on the Panther, and the music abruptly stopping. The Firefly command tank here, very good. And let's take a look at everybody's resources. The British player we currently have selected have very little manpower, small reserve of munitions, no fuel. This player does have small reserve of manpower, good reserve of munitions, and plenty of fuel for now. And the Blitzkrieg player does have a good amount of manpower, small amount of fuel to work with, which is getting Vet 3 light vehicles. He'll get Vet 3 tanks as well for his Stews and for his Tiger. And for his teammate, small reserve of manpower, excellent reserve of munitions, and not much fuel at the moment. He's going for his veteran sergeant research. He must got a handful of Pentagon research. He can go for, there's the 4-man squad research. Get it there onto the Piet squad. Pack 38 does manage to recamouflage in time, does fall back. Could use some medical crates to get him healed up. The bunker here has been destroyed.
We are now capable of larger squads. Promotion
have
of veteran
eliminated the
sergeant
enemy
is
once
available
more.
for assignment.
Now you can capture with the utmost.
Yeah, I should really pay attention to the conversation more and really avoid it, because all I see is you're digging through dead humans in the conversation. What am I reading? Stag Hounds advance on 4, get a bit of fire there onto the 2-2. Stews can get some chip damage on the Stag Hounds, but not too great. They may be overhealed. Yes, they were overhealed. Pack 38 shot from the rear. And Stag Hounds are falling on back. 2-2s, and now got the Tiger Panzer now deployed on the field. Of course, you have to be careful of the Fireflies. Granted, there's two.
Point is being seized.
There are 2 Panthers and a Tiger tank. That's a good amount anti-tank. And it's one player's going for mass Stag Hounds for some reason. He should also be going for Fireflies. So I think this player's sort of squandering a bit of a composition. Yeah, he should be going for Fireflies. They know the amount it would be useful for both to ward away the Stews as well as any potential armor. So you really should be going for Fireflies. Got now the Warframe half-track ready in somewhere, trying to get the weapon placements once again. Got a heroic charge on in, trying to hunt down the Hummel. He does pack on up. It's of course the Axis player, the Wehrmacht player does not have defensive, so does not have the free pin amounts. He does heroically charge again, but they're already pretty exhausted. Does fall back now. And soon they'll be exhausted again. The squad falls back. One Firefly inspired by a command tank. Gains good hits down the Tiger tank. We also got these Piets here. We got the Pack 38 to support the Tiger tank. So the Pack 38 can't engage the Piets. But it's not well. And now got a button there on the Tiger tank. Gets a good hit there. One thing he could do is let the Tiger tank die, get his teammate deploy out a Berkentiga, and then get out second Tiger tank. Incendiary grenade thrown in the trench. Though it's not abandoning just yet. He may not realize it's been torched.
Enemy contact! I see him!
Handstrike does fire. Warfman's raining on in. Get a small amount of damage onto these Stag Hounds, but does destroy the 17-pounder there. Panther is being supported by the Stew. PS getting knocked around. Does a lot of fire there onto the Panther. PS pushing a little bit too far forward. Does fall back there. asking his teammate to build some repair bunkers. Let's kill that off. Tiger tank has took a couple scratches there, but nothing too significant. Gets a great hit there onto the Piets. Does drop a P as well. Bren squad does pick it up. Some hits there. Staghounds moving around. Warfman Barrage raining on in. Maybe through here. Those is trying to hit over here. May splash these units are a little bit punched up. It looks like it's all hitting around the casualty clearing station. Doesn't take up the casualty clearing station either. Repair Cypress looks like heading over there. The Panzer trying to fight the captain in a 1v1 combat. The captain's cheating. He's inside a slit trench. After all, the captain's clearly British, not American. The American will win the fight. After all, I've seen Saving Private Ryan. And thank you for the follow, Zolo1113. Brent squad capture up, deploying out another slit trench there. Stu receive a hit there from the sending counter. There goes the Piet squad. Command tank here. Sending pounder or 25 pounder in the VP, trying to make sure it doesn't get captured up. The British players do have a slight VP advantage, and it's ever so growing. We have the Bren squad, oh not Bren squad, 30 cal in place of firing away. I think that was one maybe built by him as well. And the Panther squad does get pinned and forced back. Staghounds charging their way forward, trying to hit these Warfman half tracks. Pack 30 instant region, wipes out the Pioneer, that's not a big loss. Artillery is raining on in, or potentially the shoes. Staghounds charging the way forward, Staghounds are all wounded. Panther fires a shot there, gets a good hit there on the Staghound. Staghounds being pursued. One does get out of control, the other one gets caught up on his buddy. And that one goes down as well, while this one should be able to escape on out of there. Those receive the ship damage from the Flak Irving. Catcher fires away, does take out 2-2. He's not paying attention to 2-2s. He's busy microing the Panthers, hunting down the Staghound. Flak Irving does not get the kill there. Panthers getting some damage over here. The best way to avoid student debt is, for me, I joined the Air Force. Air National Guard, more precisely. And not going to college.
Unknown number of enemy are moving on one of our vehicles.
Ian squad and Bren squad both fall back. Pioneer squad does drop a model. He does eventually one of his Pioneers as well. He does fall back now. Staghound still being pursued. Firefly covers retreat. Mantic took a couple hits there, which is great for the Firefly. I'm not sure what type of artillery that was. That may have been just on-map artillery. Nope, looks like also artillery. Does force him back. Panther is severely wounded. This Panther has a little bit damage. The captain still fires a revolver against the Tiger tank, just letting him know that he sees him. Command tank, Firefly, and the captain pushing over here. Looks like the Panzer squad may sprinted their way over here, but does get suppressed by the base MG. Does fall back now. The trench does get destroyed there.
Captain, the lads are ready to fight.
A lot of stews, a lot of Warfman half tracks, so going for another Warfman half track. Here comes Warframe Barrage. Looks like he may have wiped out a repair sapper. Dragos Piet Sapper now trying to repair some other stuff as well. He may want to get out another repair sapper to get some overhealed structures. He does have also 11 spare command points, so maybe a good idea for him to go for Royal Engineers for the boards. Stormtrooper squad, soft training wave, Warframe Barrage running out in. Have the casual clearance station to hit everything in the region in general. Casual clearance station does stay up. 25 or Humo Barrage does nail that unit, taking it out. More rounds running on in. Tiger Tank could take out the Rifle Grenadier squad, which also had a Pantrick apparently. Stormtroopers have one Pantrick, so that may have been their Pantrick. Warframe Barrage raining on in. It does take out that. It does take out this one as well. Pantrick's push wave 4, trying to get some hits there onto the 17 pounder. The pounder does go down. Good hits there. City grenades have been thrown. He may have some spare munitions. 25 pounder receiving massive hits from the Pantrix. Just one squad remaining for all models. He may have lost that squad. 25 pounder does go down, does fall back there. Firefly getting repaired by some repair sappers as well as the command tank. Fire tank and Panther in this region, and we do have the Slit Trench getting hit by the Pack 38. That's probably a good time to see what resource everybody has. British players have selected to go for a fresh Firefly, so he has low manpower, plenty of munitions, plenty of fuel. His teammate has small amount of manpower. Looks like he has deployed out a Priest. A handful of munitions, a handful of fuel, and that's a large amount of Warframens raining on in. The Wehrmacht player has a good reserve of manpower, good reserve of fuel, not a lot of munitions at the moment. Does not have manpower blitz at the moment either. He could go for the battle phase and get out some other armored assets. A Panzer IV, maybe not half bad, so hit the infantry and tanks.
Are now available.
And his teammate has Sector Artillery raining on in this sector there. The captain could be next. Has a massive reserve of manpower, a good reserve of munitions, and plenty of fuel. Captain looks like does escape in time. So one more round may fall around here. Tiger Tank rolls and misses there onto the Panther. Oh, not Panther, Firefly. Panther does get button. He hit by some PS and Panther trucks. Panzer Grenadiers sprint their way forward. No real vulnerable target there, trying to put some roadblocks there to tie down the command tank. Does tie down the command tank, but gotta be very careful. He's prone to being crushed the moment. Does blitz on out of there. Does crush a number of models there. Does receive a sector artillery shot. And does fall back. And that's about like 4 or 5 models went down there from the crush / sector artillery. Oops. Warframen time for a barrage in this region. When I say in this region, I do mean in this region. I always love how these things are just inaccurate as they can get. Or specifically, also Nebel Warfers in general. It could be that he actually ordered those units to target multiple regions as well. Captain does go down.
Our brothers have fallen.
Looks like something may have died right there from a creeping barrage. Looks like the Tiger Tank and the Panther took a bit of a beating there. Warframes are backing on off. Got some stews here to get some damage on in. Panther squad advancing forward. Will be knocked around by these various forces. Gotta take Cluster Squad, another Panther Grenadier advancing on the flank. He's trying to push forward to the 17-pounder. Takeout Squad does sprint his way forward. The Takeout Squad does retreat on back. Multiple good hits there onto the 17-pounder. And does hit the 17-pounder now. The benefactors hit both these squads as well. Oh, sorry to hear that. My condolences. Yeah, recently I've lost both my grandparents. Never fun. Pantrax do connect on the Firefly. Priest could fire away with his Pinta mount, which can be used to suppress these squads. There's also nearby suppression of the MG, which will also be useful to help suppress those squads. Panthers push way forward.
We have eliminated the enemy once more.
Pantrax do connect with the 30 cal emplacement. Cinder grenades also can be thrown. No, oh, AT grenades. Clears up the Vickers emplacement. Goes there onto the Panthers. Flame Engineers, you can suppress and force back. Stu's now making their advance with the Tiger Panzer. Machine gun placement now sees some fire. He's sprinting their way forward. In close range. Looks like the Stu may go down. We got the Pinta mounts firing as well. Of course, this region is supported by the captain and lieutenant. Oh, get some good rest. I know I've not been sleeping good lately. I don't know why. Warframe Barrage raining on in. Get a bit of damage everywhere. More barrage in this region. I mean, that's not old. That's not old. He's pretty poor, get a bit of damage there onto the Stu. By the way, 33 at... And talking about Company Heroes 1, remember? This, Company Heroes 1 stream. The Company Heroes 1 came out, what, 2006? 2007? That's about, what, let's just say 15 years ago? 16 years ago? He will be 18 then. Warframe and Barrage raining on in. Of course, there's nothing left right there. They must have killed everything. Another casualty clearing station being put on the field. And of course, that means his teammate won't get any casualties to get his free squad out. He'll be taking them all. Yeah, probably because I'm also used to the fact that I have a bunch of co-workers. That one lady's 64, 65. I'm probably just used to older co-workers. Small splash hit there. These units are trying to fall on back. Tickets are still a little bit even. Though they're about 120 apart, they still... This game can still go either way, but got still massive artillery raining on in. The Brits have been battered, bruised, and beaten. Most of their artillery and emplacements are now down. They're just down to infantry. Stu's basing on forward. His hits on the intersections. Rolls a miss there, getting intercepted by the train. Pantrax advance on forward, and we've got no musical playing, so let's switch to another player. Got mass AT grenade there hitting the HQ command truck. Panther now advanced on to this side of the train there. It came from this fire forward. We do have the 17 pounder here. It is being repaired, not built, so it is able to shoot back the Panther. Now got some officer artillery in here. It needs to fall back before it starts annihilating everything. And there's artillery raining on in, as well as the artillery raining on in. 17 pounder does go down. That squad goes down. Casualty clearing station goes down. Another artillery barrage raining on in. Got sector artillery in this sector as well. These forces now pushing their way forward. Sappers now advancing forward. Got a good hit there onto the Pac 30. A couple good hits there. These forces do fall back. And more 25 pounder barrages raining on in. A lot of these forces battered, bruised. They needed a casualty clearing station, but of course they kept being blown up by Warfermen. Sector artillery is still raining in this sector. Those almost expired. He does have plenty of munitions for more sector artillery, 2 more. I mean, right now he's just barraging the last known location of these weapon placements. He's barraging this machine gun placement, and he's just building repairing right next to them. And of course, Nebwarfers tend to rain everywhere else but where targeting, and thinks that flinch he does force him away from that last round. Great hit there by the Hummel. And he's forced to retreat on back. When it comes to vision range, of course, I've written out they can't see much. It's hard to tell.
Ready.
But to be fair, when it comes to bombing last known location, that last barrage was right on top of the machine gun placement. He's barraging the machine gun placement. More Nebwarfs running on. He's also trying to barrage down the 17 pounder, which is also missing. More of the Pentrix are seeing some fire there. We're seeing officer artillery as well. Force them back. Well, the British faction is really designed to dig in. That's probably one reason why the game's taking so long. 17 pounder does get some hits there onto the Tiger tank. Tiger tank's at 24 kills. Also nothing too significant at this moment. The shoot next to it has 29. And the shoot next to it has 26. So they're all doing some good work there. Panthers advance forward, does take the HQ command truck. They do fall back now. This shoot advance forward, has 1 kill. Now we've got the Blitzkrieg now being activated. We've got the fresh, or not so fresh, it could be a fresh Firefly. Could get overwhelmed by the Blitzkrieg. I think may want to focus down. The shooters could just start hitting the Piets. Now also made a good idea to throw the Warframe barrage on in. Looks like the Hummel frame barrage on in does go down. Warframe barrage annihilating these forces as well. And now these forces are getting annihilated. I think of the follow Mikar 7. Lieutenant does go down there. She's getting some good damage from this remaining infantry. Lama Warper, Veteran 3. It's also getting some good damage on in. HQ Command Truck is still alive. That Sapper is not. Bubble Catch being claimed, so this will give him a free intersection squad. It looks like one of the British players need to back out of the game. And that, the game is ultimately over. Of course, the AI would, of course, well, do this at this time. Perfect item at this moment, right? And should be just a couple structures left. Yeah, the HQ Command Truck here from the AI.
An enemy unit has fallen to our might.
This is pretty much over. Either way, thank you everyone for watching and have a good evening and get some good rest. Wait, no, that's not the outro to my videos. I'm a little bit tired though. My voice is starting to go out, and that's probably gonna be the last replay tonight. I have been not getting much sleep lately. So wait, Andrew has skills, map hack, team ban of record. So that one player has a ban on record for CS:GO, or because it's probably, I don't know if Steam does track, say, other game bans. Yeah, sorry about that. I have to get some rest. It's been a long week so far. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening and get some good rest.